Hey guys, welcome back. On today's episode, we're going to start our user authentication process and we will first implement our registration. So it's going to be a fun one. Let's get started. So if we try to view our register page, we can see we have a 404 error. So we need to go ahead and define our routes and set up our views. So let's get started with that first. I have our routes page here and I'll go ahead and I'll create a new route. I'll name it register as well. And we also need a controller for this, so we can go ahead and quickly run PHP artisan make controller. So we have done this a few times before, guys. We can use the artisan command to create new controllers, and I name it auth controller. You can name it user controller, it's up to you, but I think auth controller is pretty good for this tutorial. I'll hit enter, and I'll also replace this with auth controller. And for the method inside the controller, I use register. So we are consistent with the naming. We also need a post request route for when we submit the user details. And I don't think we need a name for it because it's going to be exactly identical to our view page. But I'll change the method name to store. Okay, so this should be it. That's all we need for now. I'll create the login routes later on. And now let's go ahead and define our methods inside our controller. Public function, register, very easy stuff, and I'll do the same for public function store. I'll leave it empty for now. Later on we'll add the logic, and we also need to return a view here. I'll say view auth dot register. I cannot type register. Okay, good. So we now need our view file. So let's go ahead and create that as well. I'll go inside views, I'll create a new folder, I'll name it auth, and I'll add register.blade.php. And thank you guys for bearing with me. This is something we have to do, unfortunately, so there is nothing new yet, but it's important. And I'll go ahead and I'll take the register code from our template. I'll have the link in the description, guys. This is a template we have already used. So I'll go for the register page. And I'm going to ignore the header and footer stuff because we already have that in our layout file. I'll only take the stuff related to the register, which is from line 43 all the way to line 68. And I'll paste it here. We also need to include our layout files, so I'll just copy it from our dashboard page. So, or you can just type it in if you guys want. We need to extend our layout and also include the content here. So I say end section and I'll format it and we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and test it out and we can see we are able to see our register page. So very good stuff. Okay, so normally if you want to, for example, do authentication, you need to create a users table and a users model. But Laravel has actually made this process very easy for us. It comes with a lot of built-in tools for handling authentication. And it also comes with a user's model and a user's table. We already saw that previously, but if you go to your database folder and check out migration, as you can see, the first migration is actually create users table. So Laravel already has a user's model and a user's table, so we don't need to define that. However, you are free to change this if you want. I'll keep it exactly the same because the default is pretty good for most general use cases, so I'll keep it. And we don't need to run the migration because we have already done that. So we are good in that front. And I think we can now go ahead and actually implement the authentication, okay? We are, however, missing, I believe, the name from the HTML template. So I'll quickly add a name as well. So we have it. So I say name, boom, boom. And this one should be text. And I think the password field are also text, so I'll change it to password. And for the password confirmation, I'll also change the name from confirm password to password confirmation. And the reason I'll do that is because Laravel has a built-in validation rule for doing password confirmation, and the naming should be exactly like this. So it needs to be underline confirmation at the end. Otherwise, you will have to write the logic yourself. So I'll keep it that way as well. And I think we're good to go. So let's reload this. Let's do a test. And we need a margin here. So I'll add it above email, margin top 3. So let's go ahead and type in test, some random email. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if we submit this, it will go ahead and do that. We are getting a page error. And the reason for this is we need to always include CSRF tag. And while we're at it, let's also add the route here for register. So all the things we've done so far, we have already done it multiple times. So I'm not going to try to explain them. It's just something we have to do every time we build a new page, okay? So now that we have done that, we can go ahead and implement our logic. So let's take a look at that, guys. So in order to actually do registration, the process is relatively simple. You first need to validate the user data and then create the user and then redirect them back, okay? And potentially, if you like, some websites also log in the user immediately after registration. Some websites don't do that. You have to, again, enter your username and password. For us, I think I'll remove this part for now. Later on, we might add it. So let's start off with validation. The validation is very simple. We have done it multiple times. So this is how we are going to do it. I'll say validated equals request. We use the request helper, validate. And then you need to tell it what you want to validate. So we need to validate the name, an email, and as well as a password. So for the name, the validation, I think it's going to be very simple. I say required, and then I'll give it minimum of 3 characters, and then a maximum of maybe 40 characters, okay? So for the email, again, always we will have the required. It cannot be empty. Laravel already has an email validation rule, so you can just type in email. It'll make sure it's a valid email. And for our emails, we actually also need to make sure it's unique. We don't want duplicate emails. And Laravel also has a validation rule for that. And you can type in unique, colon. You don't need to tell it which table you want to check for unique values. So we need to check the users table and then the column. You can do comma and then the name of the column, email. So that should get that one done. And for the password, again, we'll do the same thing, required. So in order to do the password confirmation, you need to type in confirmed. So that's the rule name. And Laravel will automatically go ahead and check it against this password confirmation input that we have. However, the name is very important, guys. So if the name of your password is password, in order to confirm it, you need to have underline confirmation afterwards, okay? Just keep that in mind. And yeah, I think that's enough for now. Later on, we can add some more password validation rules if we want. I think this should get the job done. So I'll save this. I'll format it a little bit. And now we can actually create our user after we have done the validation. And this one, we can go and use our user model that Laravel ships with. User create. And we can pass in name. So this one is going to be validated name. I'll do the same for email as well. And we need to do it for password. Now for the password, you never want to actually store the user's password in plain text. That's a very bad practice. Or you also want to use a very strong algorithm for that, right? So a strong hashing algorithm. In the good old days, people used to use MD5 a lot. You never want to do that. Laravel actually makes this very easy for us. It already has a hashing class that makes our life easier. So you can go ahead and import it. It's illuminate support facade hash. And it has a static method called make. It also has one for check if you want to check if it's a correct hash, but you can do make and then just pass in the password that the user provided, okay? And Laravel will go ahead and hash it for us and make sure it's a secure algorithm, okay? Makes life a lot easier. And then after we have done the registration, I guess we don't need to store the user, we just create it. We can redirect the user to whatever page we want. I'll say redirect them back to the register page, why not? So redirect back, or we can go to the dashboard page. Let's go to the dashboard page. So I say route, and then redirect to the dashboard page. And I'll also send a success message so we can let the user know, hey, it was successful. And I'll say account created successfully. Okay, guys, that's it. So that's all it takes to do a minimalist registration using Laravel. Make sure you always do validation, create the user, always hash the password, and then you can redirect the user if there were no errors. All right, so super simple stuff. And for the password, you can also add your own rules. For now, I'll keep it very simple. We can have any kind of passwords. Maybe we can have a minimum requirements. Maybe we can say minimum of 8 characters. Why not? So that's the bare minimum, but you can add any kind of validations you want to it. It's up to you. Okay, let's go and test this out. I'll come here and I'll say test. And actually, I'll have our database here. We can see our users table is empty, so we can check if you're working, the code is working correctly or not. So we can see the table is empty. So I'll go ahead and I'll give the email test@test.com. For the password, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For the confirm password, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's hit submit. And it actually worked. So we got redirected to the dashboard page, account created successfully. Let's check our database. And as you can see, we got the name, email, the password hash, and we also have the created ad and the updated ad. So it's that easy to create a simple registration in Laravel. So on the next episode, we will handle logging in. However, there is one thing we didn't do in the template, and I think the template doesn't include the error messages. So for this one, I'll actually quickly go on create idea. I think we had a submit idea form. I'll copy the error message here and I'll add them all over here just so we can actually see the validation errors. If you don't add this, you won't be able to see the errors. So it's going to be a quick and easy fix. I'll do it quickly. I'll do it for password and password confirmation as well. So yeah, that is it, guys. And yeah, it's that easy. We can also test the validation works. As you can see, I'll add this, and yeah, it's telling us password confirmation does not match as well. So it's very smart, actually. Believe it or not, it works very well. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. On the next episode, we will handle logging in and cover more about authentication. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content, and let me know if you want me to cover something else in the future episodes. Have a great day. Bye.